This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
It's the first time in weeks I've seen his car down against the track, sealed off, aerodynamically the best I've seen that car all year.
Trouble turn 2, one car spins down to the bottom. It is Robbie Gordon.
I just say, I am amazed every time one of these guys. He didn't hit anything. Every time these guys spin these cars out, now they don't back them up in the fence. They save them.
Well, what I like about the backstretch at Michigan is all that runoff area that's pavement. There's no grass even over on the backstretch.
Really, really slow.
And so limp her back.
Look just straight ahead from Jeremy Mayfield at that bright greenish yellow car.
Just stepped out, got down in the corner. Round she came.
Look at the run Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car got on the high side, pulls right up to the rear bumper of the 24 car Gordon.
Well, that's one thing about this.
Turn 3, one car spins, hits the fence, it's Tony Stewart. Clint Boyer gets a piece of him. And Stewart was caught up in a gaggle of cars and making no forward progress. They were racing 3 wide all around him. And it's Tony that ends up in the fence.
Falling back. Don't see any right side tires down.
Battling Jeff Green.
Jeff Green just gets into him. That going into turn 3 here is a difficult place to go in there side by side. And here comes Blaney or Boyer, and he gets a piece of it. The switch. It's taken off pushing, and he almost knocked the wall down off 2. He almost knocked it down off of 4.
Looking back from Casey Kane at Matt Kenseth in the 17 car, now he was one of the cars that stayed out on that last caution. Remember, it was not that many laps ago. He restarted back in 42nd.
Oh,
turn 2 damage on pit road.
Somebody hit.
Turned around over there.
Yep, somebody hit.
Oh, hard lick there.
A couple of them, Larry.
Hold on to it, bud. Hold on to it.
J.J. Yaley got hit by, I don't know who it was, but somebody just turned him.
Darrell, it looked like Yaley had to lift coming out of turn 2.
There's Yaley up on the outside, and he gets woed up right here behind the 4 car of Wimmer, I believe, and the 26 comes up the hill.
Boy, Robbie Gordon in the 7 just gets by, but Kenny Schrader in the 21 does not. Joe Nemechek in the 01.
To 4th place. Next car behind him is Biffle and then Jeff Burton.
Oh, got a car around off of turn 2, guys. Turn 2.
Is that Kenseth? It is.
Just got sucked around over there. Don't think anybody got into him.
Caution is out.
4 tires, right?
Hey, just routine. Spun out 4 tires.
4 tires, guys. I see it. 4 tires.
On the inside of is that Scott Riggs, who will wiggle there going around the outside. Here's Matt in the middle.
I think he just gets in there where it just sucks the back of the car around. Tony Raines in the 96.
Why, Darrell? What does that?
It's side draft. The air off the car that you're trying to pass.
Dead tie across the start-finish line that time. Greg Biffle, Dale Earnhardt Jr., difference, delta in their lap right then, 0.000. Dead heat.
Trouble for Tony Raines in the DLP HDTV car.
He's got a flat left rear tire, and you can see it's ripped the quarter panel off.
And that brings out a caution. It's the 7th one today. There's why.
And I think that was definitely a caution that Matt Kenseth in the 17 was looking for. The only car a lap down, he'll now get the free pass. He'll be back on the lead lap. That will put 38 cars on the lead lap, just 20 laps shy of halfway.
It's incredible how Kenseth's days can go. Some days it's just out there and you only know he's there and he ends up in the top 3 or 4. Today he's been in a lot of trouble.
Here's a team that's coming off its best finish.
The big wad of it built up in the fender well of the car and it'll fall out.
Caution is out now.
And
3 in turn 4 and in turn 1. And Kyle Petty left rear tire down. That's part of that debris.
Come down to the road if you have to. We'll do left sides only if you do.
And the sigh of relief is from Lance McGrew and Brian Vickers, about 5 laps away from having to make a green flag pit stop.
Taking 2 tires, Casey Kane in the Evernham Dodge edges his way back out, and ahead of Carl Edwards and Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins the rain-shortened race here in Michigan.
If you don't believe that sometimes the races are won or lost off pit road, you take a look at that replay and you get a pretty good idea. As good a job as Casey did, his crew came through when it counted.
Let's check in for some thoughts from Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
Casey Kane is only the 2nd driver to win at Michigan from the pole in the last 21 races here. Jeff Gordon won this race 5 years ago from the pole, and this becomes the 3rd rain-shortened race here. August of '69 and June of '74 are the only prior races to fall victim to rain.
Tell you one thing, I'd sleep with that race car. That's its 4th win. If I was Casey Kane, I wouldn't let that thing out of my sight.
But Darryl, you've been talking about it all day long, even in the pre-race. I think the big smiles, besides from this 9 group, will come from the 8 group. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that group finished 3rd, led this race, and we watched him a while ago. Jeff Gordon in the 24 car. Now we're headed to a road course. Now we're headed to Daytona, and that 24 group pretty solid. But congratulations to Reed Sorensen, Jimmy Elledge in the 41 car. You see it right there, finished 5th. His first career top 5 Nextel Cup finish, and who would have believed strategy played a little part in it.
Well, his teammate's not far behind right there in 7th, Casey Mears as well. So good day for Ganassi, and they needed that because they really struggled at times.
So Casey Kane will go to victory lane. His 4th win of 2006, leading the league, and his 5th career win in 87 starts. It's the 4th time he has won from the pole.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.